What's up, man? Woman, whoever's watching. This video is not planned. However, I want to share this with you. Some thoughts that I had leaving the gym, and a couple things I observed. Now you may say, well, how do you know other people are in there looking around if you're not doing the same thing? Well, when I go to the gym, it's a sacred place. It's a place meant for purpose. The gym isn't for going around. It's not social hour. It's not going around and, saying hi to people, checking your phone, doing a set, checking your phone again. It's a place of purpose and a place of focus. It's a place to stimulate that fire element within us. It's a great place to go at the beginning of the day to help set up that momentum. And I'm observing. When I'm not dialed in, I'm simply observing. And one thing I notice is that a lot of people in there aren't dialed in. And you only know that when you are dialed in. Usually the gym for me is a place of meditation. Everything's a meditation. 24/7 is meditation. And even with the eyes open, simply watching meditation. Same thing as walking meditation. Exercising meditation. Where you're perpetually, constantly dialed in, focused within. Your attention. Reality is eternally, perpetually subjectivity. So whatever the activity, whether it be strenuous, intense physical activity, or simply sitting in silence, or your spiritual practice, the truth is, most of us, speaking about humanity generally, most people aren't cut out to sit in meditation for 24 hours a day, right? So there's got to be some outward activity. But we don't want this to be a compulsive tendency, propensity. We want to be perpetually conscious. You could say conscious of God constantly. God consciousness. Identification with awareness that I am this. I am all of this. The same awareness within all of us. Wherever we're at in frequency based on our current activity. You're in the gym. And this has to do with our groundedness, strengthening the earth element within us, and of course the solar plexus, our fire, our masculine essence. We're transmuting this into ojas, into spiritual strength. It's not just about getting big muscles. Go to the gym with the intention. I'm not going to tell you what goals to have, because you may have serious physical goals. You want to get in shape, and right now your focus is on health because you want to build a strong foundation, a strong physical bodily foundation, so that this serves you when you evolve into focusing more on the spiritual process. And the gym can be a big part of the spiritual process because it helps keep you on purpose, transmuting anything that we physically consume into light. We want to be aware of the essence, not only of everything around us, but that we ingest, that goes into us. I eat this. What is this? What is the quality of this? It's not even about how much you're eating. It's about the quality. It's not about how many friends you have. It's about the quality. You want to focus more on quality than quantity. So when you go to the gym, It's not about going there for 2 to 3 hours. Because if you go there for a half hour, but you're dialed in, completely focused, it's a meditation. You hardly open your eyes. And like me, if you do open your eyes, when you do, you know, you're taking in everything around you, you can't help but to notice that a lot of people don't have that focus. They're in there, again, and it's social hour. They're distracted. They have their phones out. They're taking a sip of water after every set. You know, and I'm not judging, simply observing again. That's wild. I'm dialed in. Wild, you're dialed in. You notice, even in the middle of your set, with your eyes closed, focusing on the light, transmuting, moving your inner energy consciously, being conscious of the spine and how this energy is flowing and moving within you. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So say you're doing some curls. You know, if your eyes aren't closed, look at the bicep, right? Whatever muscle, develop consciously that mind-muscle connection. You know, and I'm no technical expert on this. I'm no kinesiologist. But I don't have to know the intellectual side of it, the concepts, in order to know how the energy is moving and functioning within me. To have a subjective awareness of life essence and its inner activity as I'm going through certain movements, primal movements. So, to stay on purpose, I make this video to say the gym is a place of purpose. It's a place to help keep you, to stay on purpose. Consistency is key. And so, the gym is a place to help maintain that consistency, that forward momentum. You don't have to know where you're going. You can have a definite objective, a goal and aim. But sometimes you may go to the gym just because you have a lot of energy. And it's got to express somehow. So you choose to express it productively. Instead, you know, stay home and eat something, consume something. You generate the energy instead of consume it. You transmute it. You earn it. You earn anything you consume. Because if we're consuming too much, then our awareness, our soul awareness, its focus over time, if we're just consuming and not using, not burning that off, not earning the food, the physical substance that we consume, with the conscious intent of transmuting it, if we're not using that physical energy, then our soul awareness, its focus is predominantly in survival mode, at the lower regions of the spine. But if we go to the gym with the purpose, with the intent of raising that energy up within us, our focus, you know, go through your sets with your eyes closed. Even today is doing, not to make it about me, but just for an example for you, today doing Bulgarian split squats. And it already takes a lot of focus, and that helps with balance because you're squatting one leg at a time, for those of you that aren't familiar with the exercise. So it helps you be aware of any physical imbalances. But it already takes a lot of focus, even with the eyes open, but you close your eyes and you have to focus a lot more. So you're not looking around, you're not distracted. You don't care what's, because the fire is so alive within you that I feel myself getting excited. And that's one of the reasons the gym is sacred, to help keep you grounded. But the Bulgarian split squat is a great exercise. And If you're going through your exercises, your sets with your eyes closed, it'll help you be more so aware of the light within you and how it's moving. And this internalization of consciousness is really what we're all after. And in order to stay in balance, especially if you're on the path of abstinence, where the energy naturally travels up the spine and is dwelling in the higher realms, the higher planes of existence, the higher energy centers, to consciously bring the energy down, and not through just consuming food, something outwardly, but consciously moving the energy inwardly through physical activity. It's a very powerful process and helps keep you on purpose. And that's why I make this. You can take days off from the gym. You can take days off from your job. But you can't take days off from your purpose. 11-11. I'll say that again, repetition. You can't take days off from your purpose, because you are your purpose. It's who you are. Your presence, your vibration, your energy, your frequency, that is your purpose. So you live for this. You can't take days off from this. Not to make it about me again, but for example, my purpose is abstinence. I can't take days off from this. Again, I said on a recent video, it's not something you can negotiate. It's not even an option to relapse, to release your seed, your vital essence. You can't even fathom it. Once you make that definite commitment, you're all in. There's no going back. What's that cliche saying? Once you go black, you never go back. Once you see once you feel and know subjectively what long-term semen retention or abstinence, celibacy, brahmacharya, whatever you want to call it, label it, is simply not releasing your sexual energy. Once you realize what this does for you viscerally, it's hard to even imagine going back. You think back to how it felt, releasing it on yourself. By no means, I'm not perfect. I have a past, right? I don't identify with it. That's why I'm so open about it. And I speak about it so that people can relate to it and see that what I'm talking about, hey, whatever I can do, you can do. Because I went through likely the same thing you're going through. I was going to say hi to this dude, but he was quick. I was going to include him in the video. That's always fun. You're in the flow. Nobody can resist you. When you're lighthearted, when you're in the flow state, which the gym can help with, when you're on purpose, everything flows naturally. Divine synchronicity manifests effortlessly, continuously, on a daily. And you can be lightheartedly assertive and outgoing to people and include them as a part of you without even trying to, because it just happens naturally. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think yourself into it, because you experience everything as a part of yourself, all of life. As you elevate spiritually, consciously, you have that intention. There's that effortless fluidity, because the water element is alive within you and active. The sacral chakra is open because you don't release your sexual energy. That is, of course, if you're also committed to celibacy. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm simply relaying what's proven true for me on my journey. And expressing outwardly what I witnessed subjectively, to share it with humanity. Because I don't know who may see this video. One thing I do know is that whoever's meant to will, in perfect timing. when the time is right. When the time is right. Whatever happens, happens. Don't try to force the process. Don't expect certain outcomes. Let go of that. Trust the process. It may sound very cliche, but having the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Imagine if your faith is way more than a mustard seed. At first, it starts off like a blind faith because you don't have the experience to back it. But again, once you start seeing these synchronicities on a daily, the faith grows and grows and grows until it's not even a faith, it's just something that you know. Not like I'm a know-it-all. It's just something like, it's a recognition. I won't even say realization. It's a recognition. Something that's always been there. But aha. Satori, right? That's a label. It's that aha epiphany moment. Like, I get it. But the point is, there's no one to get it. We don't want that self-image to get in the way of it. Spiritual enlightenment. Realize that there's nobody to claim it. Point is that it's here. It's always been here. Can't not be it. But in order to share this energy with the world, you want to be in balance, be on purpose, maintain focus, be conscious of this lucid dream, so that we can have the best of both worlds. We can do outwardly or go inwardly. We can go back and forth constantly, consciously, at will. Only by God's will. God bless. The guy just opened his door and hit the car. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not assuming anything, but maybe he's like, oh, this guy's making a video. I'm gonna, hey brother, did you just hit the car?
The door slipped, yeah, but I don't think it dinged. If you want to come take a look.
No, it's all good. I'm making a video here, and I'm just like, I think this guy just hit my butt.
Yeah, no, just the door hit.
It's all good, brother. Hey, have a good day.
Out away from me. Sorry about that.
Hey, it's all good. But I'd say that's a good place to leave it, my friends. Oftentimes, no words need even be said. Simply a smile works wonders.